Now, getting a job and surviving the job is, I mean, two different things. And
Yeah.
I think surviving is the harder one. So, would you like to share with us few stories that how someone should someone should be relevant to the industry where you are currently in, and how to grow? I mean, so
Yeah, so I think I can give an example in my team. So
mm,
we just start with, like, in my bank, what we do is that we just give them just shadow, like, what other people are doing. You
okay,
don't need to do the analysis independently, but you have got your manager or your buddy or your mentor. You just shadow what he or she is doing,
okay,
right? So that's the first step. But you learn, and we give them the materials for learning, right? So we have the, we have the funding for the external trainings and other things as well. So, for example, if required for understanding a statistical software like R or SAS or anything, right? So we have the funding for that, so they can undergo through different courses outside. But first, they need to identify that what they need to learn additionally, what they have not studied in the course, and that's why they need to shadow, their seniors, right? So that's the
okay,
first step. Once we see there's a sort of improvement within that, within the shadow process, then they go to the second step. We ask them to conduct one of the analysis independently, but then very clean and taking full ownership of it. So I think
okay,
ownership is very important. So when you get the sense of ownership that you are doing it and you will directly deliver to the other stakeholders, no one is going to review it. So that, for that, you need to build some trust factor, right? So over the time, we try to take the resources into that phase where they will be able to independently take the things, take full ownership without anyone's review or holding the hands. They will be able to deliver, and that's the journey. That can happen over, 2 to 3 years. For
okay,
that, they will get adequate training. They will get the exposure. They will shadow the other members. Over the time, he will reach it. And then once they're comfortable, then after that, they they would be doing the same what their mentors were doing. So they would be doing more like mentoring and budding to the junior people who joins. That's how they will grow the ladder. And
right,
then, yeah, and then they have to with their seniors, and that's how it will grow on the top, right? So, and I think that's like a full journey. Like over the 5 or 6 years, they
mhm,
become more mature. And I think, like, this is the good thing about our bank. Like, people try to stick with one company because they learn more
okay,
rather than just changing the job. So I know, like, there's a notion, if you change the job, probably you can get your salary higher and everything. But I mean, I
right,
think, yeah, but I think, like, for first few years of the career, at least like 3 to 4 years, rather than only thinking about the salary, it's better to stick to one company because you will learn more. And then after 4 or 5 years, you can like, probably you want to higher up your salaries, so you can move to a different organization. You can, based on your skill, you can contribute there as well if you don't feel valued. But yeah, I think that's the important thing: sticking to an organization, growing, like, gradually, doing, first of all, starting, like, my own development
mm,
and learning, and then getting to the point where I can mentor and buddy and I can build the next generation. That's it.